Welcome, everybody, to the semifinals Joust Championship for Game of Thrones First Edition.
So we have Jacob Hultman, who will be playing our Soul Greyjoy No Agenda deck.
He is from Stockholm, Sweden, and he's going to be facing off against Ryan Jones, piloting a Lannister Aloof and Apart.
And he is from San Diego, California, here in the US of A.
So the winner of this match will go on to the final table.
I see that we have the Swedish flag flying. Jacob apparently is very proud of the place that he comes from. Well, since we don't see a flag on Ryan's side, I think we can all safely assume that he's not a huge fan of America. That's how that works, right?
Right, yes. That's a fair conclusion to draw, yes.
Well, okay, good. I mean, I wouldn't want to just pull things, out of, thin air.
So yes, let's. What can we expect to see from Lannister Aloof and Apart? That's an economy card.
Yeah. Well, I think that what we're really going to be looking at is a deck that is basically just a bunch of really good Lannister cards. Which, it's like, well, you're building a deck. Of course, you're going to put good cards in it. But these kinds of decks tend to operate with a lot of efficiency. You're going to see a fair amount of very high cost, high strength, good icon spread that are probably going to be hitting the board again and again.
And Jacob playing Greyjoy, no. These days, that is usually a sign that he's actually got the Aaron Dampier character agenda that is going to be showing up in the middle of the game for a little extra card draw.
Yeah. And Greyjoy generally indicate that there's going to be a fair amount of saves that are keeping his characters on the board, allowing him to keep his best characters safe.
Nice shot there of Ryan's opening hand. He's considering the
it's
mulligan.
Looking pretty good. I think that he may just opt to keep it.
Yep. I would agree. Slight correction here. Looks like Jake is in fact running an agenda. He's got, looks like Dark Wings, Dark Words. He did not note that on his deck list.
Let's go ahead and make that notation for him.
We'll assume that that is just an oversight on his part.
Yeah, looking at his deck list, he definitely has all of the necessary events to make that happen.
Looks like he's going to be going with a 4-card setup, including, there's the Aaron Dampier character agenda, along with Maester Windermere for the repeatable save. Over on Ryan's side, we've got Marjorie and a mountain refugee and some economy. Marjorie's a powerful card. She can force characters to participate in challenges. Plays nicely into the rest of Lannister's Neil tech to kind of control the board. And we have an At the Gates from Ryan. He's going to go search for an in-house Maester. In-house or neutral Maester. Jake's plot. There we go.
Kings of Mountain and Vale.
So Jake won initiative.
Try and check my part?
believe he made Ryan first player.
Right on the bottom.
Nice.
Still got a shot.
Ryan goes and gets Maester Aemon for a repeatable save, saving Night's Watch characters from being killed.
This is my Lannister save deck.
Oh, yeah.
That's my Lannister Wolf save.
Nice. See, lots of out of house iron mines.
Yeah. Randomized till you're satisfied.
Kings of Mountain and Vale is a castle plot, which means it's not going to trigger until it enters his used pile.
So I'm the first player. We finished our plots. No plot action. Draw.
Drawing.
When it does trigger, he is going to draw one card and discard a random card from his opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Let's play much and more.
Okay.
Does that go through?
All right, Ryan is just playing Muscle Mower. Each reveal 4 cards.
Married Ambitious Swordsman?
Ryan is going to select one from each.
So a weenie character goes to Ryan's hand, and what was that Jake took?
Did not see.
A lot of shuffling.
No. Cutlass Supreme. Okay, we've drawn.
Yes.
Any draw phase actions on a marshalling.
Yep.
Marshal 3 gold.
I have to say that I really like the way that Ryan is moving through each window of the phase, always declaring exactly what he's going to do, making it very clear.
Golden Tooth Mines. A staple draw engine for Lannister. Getting a quick look at Ryan's hand.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Mary.
He's holding a Tywin.
Feel free to take any cards and read them.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
Sure.
he does not play, but he did play Penny.
No. Just go on.
Wheels within wheels.
And Ryan reveals his restricted card,
Beautiful. 2 power.
but it is canceled
That's seasick.
by Jake Seasick.
Because Lannister has a tendency not to run any influence.
I'll play this C.
Nope. There's the one card that tends to have the influence.
It's gonna be
Oh,
bad
that was
for me.
very nice of Jake. He reached out in solidarity about the fact that he had that influence just too late.
Oh my god, that was so bad. I hope that wasn't the game.
We'll see.
I'm gonna not say bad words.
So had Wheels and Wheels successfully resolved, Ryan would have revealed a new plot card.
Swedish children get up early, you know? Yeah, it's 6:30 soon. Guess kids are up now.
Jake just gave a little shout out to the Swedish children.
Into his marshalling.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it looks like Ryan's still doing something.
I know.
He tosses away the C.
Yep.
Toman.
No.
Second? I flop that? I don't know. No, I just played it. Trying to draw my first card.
Sure.
And he drew a mountain refugee. That was fun, no?
And with aloof and apart, Tywin comes out, along with the refugee.
Ton of characters.
Thank you. Jacob, that was such a new play.
On to Jake's marshalling.
Ambitious Horseman comes out, being reduced. Ambitious Horseman heals to wait. Ambitious Horseman.
The version of Tywin Lannister that Ryan has in play does not kneel to attack an opponent who has more cards in hand than Ryan.
Newly made Lord.
Discards the Golden Tooth Mines.
Good choice.
And Alanis.
You got already.
And I believe he's already at 3 cards, which means that she'll be able to kneel to cancel an effect.
Done.
No shot.
No.
Pass 3 challenge action.
No challenge actions for me.
Yes, this version of Alanis is a new Alanis Greyjoy to cancel an effect triggered by a player with 3 or more non-character cards in his or her discard pile.
And with the Wheels Within Wheels, Aloof and Apart, and now Golden Tooth Mind, that would be Ryan.
That requirement has been met. Yes.
Ambitious Horseman dies to claim.
Parting blow.
Parting Blow. Oh, this is
A card not surprisingly not often being played because it's I've always liked it.
That guy.
He's going to kneel out Tywin, and
My second
he's
card.
going to draw a card to Parting Blow
card.
and a card from his agenda, Dark Wings, Dark Words, which every time he plays an event, he gets to draw a card. The trade-off for Dark Wings, Dark Words is that you can only run 1 copy of an event card in your deck.
with a minimum of 15 events, I believe, in your deck.
Yeah.
Marjorie coming in for the intrigue.
I think that's
Vampire.
it's not going to go unopposed.
Now he's going to use a land to, I think, force Dampere to defend. I believe that's what he said.
Oh, I thought that Alanis was doing the intrigue challenge. Okay.
No, Marjorie's doing the intrigue challenge. Looks like Jake has got some Metamates just watching on the other side of the ropes and in their signature pink shirts.
Cancel that.
So he uses Atlantis to cancel Marjorie's ability.
Which makes it go unopposed.
Right, and so he will lose the Intrigue Challenge.
Ooh, Okoro.
Yeah.
That was probably a card that I would much rather have kept in his hand.
Indeed, that's part of his draw engine that he's trying to set up.
Well, it'll also really help with saving those characters from being killed and discarded.
Actually, no, he can't even do that because he's already got his agenda. So,
Oh, no. Mokoro is the card that was discarded for an injury challenge. Mokoro reads response, Neo Mokoro to save a unique Greyjoy character from being killed or discarded. That character gets +2 strength and gains Intimidate until the end of the phase.
right. Gotcha.
So, a nice save plus a strength boost plus a way of getting unopposed.
Power.
Word Lord comes across for power unopposed.
Retreat.
No action before stop.
So I believe that he made the choice of the character agenda, Aaron Dampere, simply because he was not working with a lot of Holy Crest and he wanted that extra intrigue icon.
That one is going.
And the stealth.
Yes. Well, both of them have stealth. Greyjoy tends to be a little light on the intrigue, and against the Lanny decks would be really important.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's right. I forgot the other vampire also had stealth.
Done. Yeah.
And dominance went to Ryan. Ryan is at 2, and Jake at 5. We see the LR, we know that get played in this turn.
So revealing that Ryan's got essentially all cities. Not too surprising. Jake, on the other hand, has got a whole variety of
Retaliation,
options.
Rally Cry,
Yes. He's got a
Rise of the Kraken.
Forgotten Plans is an interesting choice. Not going to be super helpful against Ryan's plot deck. Okay, so City of Sin for some character kneel and a retaliation claim 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Neil Dampere.
Kings of Mountain Vale.
Yep, his castle plot is now going to fire, so it does a card draw and a discard. So Ryan loses a character. Jake gains a card. We can see Ryan's holding the milk of the poppy in his hand. I think that is likely to go on Alanis.
Yeah, Alanis would be my first choice, and Master Windermere would probably be my second.
Yep, there comes the milk on Alanis. I believe Ryan's going into this challenges phase with cards in hand. So Tylen's going to be doing some work. Most likely. Yeah, I was just about to say Jake could use some military presence on the board here. That's his first military icon.
Which is very unusual given Greyjoy.
And the Longship Iron Victory comes out for a strength boost and potential card draw if the challenge is successful. And Asha.
Yeah, I think Ryan at this particular point is probably contemplating pretty heavily that Villar that he has.
Maybe the permanent?
Yeah.
So this version of Asha is not going to kneel to attack. Oh, and she has Renown. And a rare noble Greyjoy.
She will definitely power Pistes up.
The other character next to Asha is an enraged. He's got melee and a naval military icon.
Ah, is that what it was?
Yes. So melee looking pretty good, considering how many characters are on the table right now. He's really going to be able to push through challenges with that.
Yeah, naval is a really good boost for this particular kind of deck. Just gives you so much more versatility. Send something in with a little bit more on the smaller side, force them to either overcommit or, frankly, undercommit.
Yep.
Just that threat of the potential naval use can muck with your opponent's plans pretty strongly.
So Marjorie forces Asha to kneel as a defender. Not exactly what you want Asha to be doing.
Sure, you win it.
Ryan doing a military apparently with only Tywin. Strength 4. Jake might just let this go through.
I'd probably let it go through unopposed.
Yes.
Saving, choosing Master Windermere for clan and then saving him.
Military is not a most. Saving Denver.
Yep. He did it. You called it, Damon. It was unopposed. Winterman Youst for the save. Ryan still has the Volantis in. Which you can only use in the standing phase. But it's an extra control effect.
Well, now that he's got Asha milled out, when she stands, he will probably choose one of his refugees or something similar and just lock her right back down.
Indeed.
It's definitely a
So I'm kind of liking
quality
the
trade.
position that Ryan is in right now. He's got a lot of control, and Tywin is doing some serious work.
Cards in hand.
The key will be, can he keep Tywin around long enough to close out the game? No obvious way to save Tywin at the moment.
So the decision tree that's going to come up to Jake in that standing phase, assuming that Ryan is going to use the Volantis in, is does he kneel out Alanis to cancel that to keep Asha standing, essentially trading Alanis for Asha. With her renown, I could definitely see that. But Lannister is heavy in the control effects, so it is not necessarily as straightforward as you'd think. Oh, I did forget, Alanis has Milk of the Poppy, so she won't be
Exactly.
excellent.
Please challenges over to Jake. He's contemplating his next move.
I wonder if either of them is contemplating Valor for that next plot phase.
I think Jake's got to be considering it just to get rid of Tywin.
Yeah, you sort of put yourself in a position of wondering what else does Ryan have that's going to be able to do that kind of work. I mean, Master Aemon will be able to save himself, but Master Windermere could save the best character out on the board, which I would have to assume is going to be Asha. And the trade-off between those two, I would say, would have to be in Jake's favor.
So I'm not sure which challenge Jake is doing, military or power.
I would assume that it would be military right now, just because of Goodrich Crewman's naval icon.
Yeah, you win.
He's contemplating popping it in. It looks like it is. Oh, wait. No, he's going for power now. Sorry. He did allow it to pass through.
Yep. He allowed Ryan to win the military on defense.
Power.
He does the power challenge.
Card in hand.
What?
He does bad. He did 3, 4, 5, something. Am I reading there?
Yeah.
Trying to stop us unopposed. You win a challenge in which an enraged crewman participated by 4 or more strength than the attacker. The challenge is considered unopposed. You have to win by 4. If I chump, you're at 3, 4, 5 to my 2. You already used LIV. I'll try that. Any actions before determination?
No.
You win, but it's opposed.
That's done.
Anything before dominance? Nope. Take it to 7. Standing phase.
All right. Tie game at 6-6.
Use the lance soon. Heal the wrist.
He's kneeling Windermere with the Valentis in.
Ah. I would have to think that he's probably going to go with his City of Soldiers or Valar. Given the board position, City of Soldiers makes more sense. Ah, no.
And we have negotiations and the city besieged.
Yeah, City Besieged.
City besieged.
I'll go first.
So Ryan wins initiative. He chooses to make himself first player.
I think it's LIV. Yeah, let's get LIV.
He
Well,
discards.
Japan goes away.
Yeah. He triggers his own plot, discards Longship Iron Tree and one of his own locations. Negotiations at the Great Sept. Fires. So Jake discarded his hand, replaced it with 5 cards of his deck. So that would be Jake's restricted card. Negotiations. Ryan taking full advantage of the aloof and apart, just getting by. He's only counted 3 or 4 gold each martial phase. And he just marshals a single character, the Clansman, the 1 strength Clansman.
You can continue, Marshman.
Normally, negotiations,
More?
is a symmetrical plot and that both players can do it, but Ryan did not have a hand of cards to discard. Therefore, he could not take advantage of the plot. So another Much and More is played, each player revealing the top 4 cards of their deck. Jake choosing 1 card from the pile to go to their owner's hand.
Draw my first card. That. Play Distraction on Tywin. For my second card.
Tywin is knelt out.
Tywin is knelt out with the Distraction. So basically, Jake's deck is just good Greyjoy cards with lots of card draw, which I like.
It's one of my favorite kind of decks. Another enraged crewman in his hand. I see a raider from Orkwood was in there.
Yep, and an Assault of the Kraken, which is would allow him to get off an additional challenge, which
With Asha standing and Tywin kneeling, could be quite a big deal.
could be pretty powerful. Is that a card in Shadows that Ryan's fingering there, or is that just his hand?
I think it's a card in Shadows because those 2 cards down there.
Yeah, all right.
Pass through challenge action.
I didn't see what that was.
Yeah, me as well.
So power-wise, they're all tied up. They both have pretty strong boards. It seems like a pretty even game at the moment.
I would agree with that.
Jake has a chance here to pull ahead. He's got claim 2. He's got an Assault of the Kraken in hand. If he could play it, could end up being pretty damaging to Ryan. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Marjorie again, forcing Asha to kneel out. Alanis also defending, so he'll winning the intrigue challenge on the defense.
Gave him a powerful renown,
Indeed.
moving him from 6 to 7.
About the best thing that could happen to Jake right now is drawing into a copy of Distinct Mastery to stand Asha. That would be a pretty lucky draw if that were to happen. But who knows if he's even running it. Well, he should be in a Darkwing's Dark Word deck.
Yeah.
So, not a lot of defense left on Ryan's side.
No.
Do an intrigue.
Goes for the unopposed intrigue. Not a bad way to start. Don't think Ryan has a way to stop this.
Well, he's clearly contemplating something.
Ah, he
Killed the wrong dwarf.
Please, he killed the wrong dwarf. Giving Ryan an extra power. but he does kneel out the crewman in the process, well, at least one of them.
So Jake is now at 8 power. Ryan is still sitting at 6. Looks like he's come across power.
So giving the crewman stealth with an event card, drawing his final card with Dark Wings, winning the power challenge unopposed. He does not play Assault to the Kraken.
For nighttime raid.
Yep, Nighttime Raid gets rid of that Milk of the Poppy.
Passive.
Ah, yes. Forgot about that. That's good. That's very good.
Jake did, considering that was one of the cards that I did die.
Valantis in, kneels out Alanis.
Jake is in a very strong position now at 12 power.
I would expect to see Rise of the Kraken out of Jake, which I think Ryan has to Valar.
Yeah, it's just going to hurt him a lot, but
He has to anticipate the Rise of the Kraken, though.
yeah. So the question is, does Jake play Rise of the Kraken, or does he anticipate Valar and go with something else?
He does Rise of the Kraken. Oh, and Ryan,
Cities.
Free to go.
City Spies.
City of Spies, to copy one of his previous city plots. This might be tough. He's gonna trigger the kneel to.
Both of them enraged. Asha.
Yeah. So that's good for him, but
Milk.
That's Mill.
Character.
Yes. Draw a card.
Yeah.
However, unless Ryan's got some serious
Ryan has still
top
got.
decking skills,
Yeah, Jake
he'd be
is.
able to buy himself a turn.
Jake has still got stealth on his side, though.
Yeah.
It's Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything in Jake's hand, though, that is going to be super helpful. So yeah, that might have Ryan might have saved himself here.
And that was Grand Good Brother that just hit the table.
So of course the whole goal for Jake is to just win an opposed challenge here with Rise of the Kraken. Get the extra power. Balanced Swan comes out of Shadows. interesting. Ryan allowed that military challenge to be unopposed. So he tries to play Assault of the Kraken, but Ryan cancels it with Paper Shield. But Jake is at 12 power.
Nope.
No.
It's at 14.
14. Oh, right.
We forgot about the one that had been knocked out by You Killed the Wrong Dwarf, and of course threw down an Asha for when she was forced to.
Right. Wow. Excellent game.
Yeah.
So, Jake Hultman of Sweden defeating Ryan Jones of the United States. So we have a Greyjoy Dark Wings Dark Words deck going to the final table. Well, that was a fun game to watch.
Very.
It was nice to see Greyjoy making a strong showing at this championship, considering that Lannister was widely considered to be the favorite.
Yeah, that was some really strong play on Jake's part, and Ryan did everything possible, but there's just some spots where his cards were not coming in the order that he absolutely needed to get them to across.
Yeah, Jake had a lot of redundant card draw, and was able to just press the advantage.
I was really impressed with how when Ryan's cards would just occasionally come up like just one turn too late, how he never really went on tilt. He never really let it completely throw him to the point where he started making mistake after mistake. He had good, strong, steady play all the way throughout. Well, it explains why he's done so well. He's in the draft. He's won a championship a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yes. We've got his sheet here.
This is his fourth Worlds.
So again, Ryan won the draft championship yesterday.
He's a 2013 Melee champ, and in 2013 the overall champion.
Yes.
So we can see why.
So he says that he's been playing for about 6 years, and this is his fourth World Championship showing.
He says he was going to be back to Worlds again for a second edition, and he'll be playing Joust. Was it Saturday?
For the second edition? Yes, I think so.
Excellent.
All right, well, coming up next is the final table for the first edition Joust.
Well, we know that it'll be Jacob Hultman from Stockholm, Sweden, and we will be finding out shortly who he's going to be faced off against.